everybody. Welcome back to my podcast, The Mental Edge. Here we talk about mindset, success, and self improvement. And in today's video, we're going to talk about building yourself up before anyone else can. We live in a world where everyone's waiting for validation, a compliment, a relationship, a follower count. But what happens when you stop waiting for someone else to see your value and start building yourself up instead? Obviously, everybody has a time where they want validation or love. They want someone else to see their value. That's just human nature. Obviously, at some point, everybody's going to want that. There was a time where I wanted to be in love. I wanted someone to love me and see my value. The thing about that is if you let somebody else build you up and love you before you love yourself and see your value, the moment they're gone, it all goes with them. You're back to square one. So it's really not a good idea to receive that from somebody else before you have it for yourself. There is a lot of reasons why we wait for others or want others to validate us. Like when you were a child, you didn't feel appreciated, you felt ignored, you felt neglected, or bad relationship, you felt ugly as a kid. There's so many different reasons. I can't even name all of them. People seek what they lacked in childhood, meaning people seek what they didn't receive as a child, and that makes you vulnerable to a lot of things. That's why it's very important to build yourself up and be able to self-soothe yourself and regulate your emotions and see your own value. You will be vulnerable to a lot of people that will take advantage of that. And I'm not saying people, not everybody's going to do it on purpose. When you are seeking something and need something in life, have a void to fill, you are more vulnerable to people that will take advantage of that, unfortunately. Emotional dependency forms where we base our worth and how other people treat us. It's not good to be emotionally dependent on someone. I used to be emotionally dependent on someone, and it literally sucks because you start noticing every little thing that they do, criticizing every little thing that they do because they're the only source of your happiness, your love, self worth. And it's a lot to put on another person, and it's also a lot to take and deal with yourself. When I used to be in a relationship, right? Every little thing that my partner would do would just tick me off. Like if I thought that they were acting different, if I thought they didn't care about me as much anymore, it's just very stressful for both parties. That's why it's really not recommended and it's really just draining because if you do not love yourself, if you have no sense of self worth or self value, you're going to put it on the other person, and that is a lot for another person to carry on their shoulders. That is a big responsibility for someone else to have, and it could be draining on them as much as it can be for yourself. The cost of needing or waiting for validation could be slowing your growth, insecurity, burnout, disappointment. Insecurities show you're mad at somebody and you try to talk down on them, that's insecurity. If you're jealous for every little thing, I know you guys might hate that I'm saying this right now, but jealousy comes out of a place of insecurity. Um, Possessiveness comes out of a place of insecurity, abandonment issues, all those toxic traits that people have with other people comes out of a place of pain, insecurity. It comes out of a negative emotion. People start shaping their identity to how much they're liked. How many people like you doesn't determine your value at all. The way that people treat you does not determine your value at all. People see what they want to see. Not everybody's going to see your worth. The only important part should be if you see your worth. Stop wanting someone to see your worth. See your own worth. It really doesn't matter if people don't see your worth. Live for yourself, not for other people, because the moment that you put such an importance on validation and how people see you, how much people like you, how people if people value you or not, that's when you stop living for yourself. Wear what you want to wear, do your hair how you want to do it, do your makeup how you want to do it, dress how you want to dress. Whatever you like, just do it. Who cares what other people think? There's always going to be someone that doesn't like you. There's always going to be someone that has something to critique about you, and that just comes out of them being miserable or them not wanting to look at themselves. People will always look at you and judge you just because they don't want to look at themselves. People will always point out your mistakes before they point out their own. That's just projection. If you want to start building yourself up instead of seeking or wanting validation, is self awareness. That's very important. Notice when you're seeking approval or comparing yourself to others. Me, I have never compared myself to others. As a female, I know a lot of females do this. They're like, oh my god, her body is nice. I wish mine looked like this and that, and the third. I never did that because growing up, I've always liked the way that I've looked, like my face wise. Obviously, I've had some issues with my body, but I never thought that another female was better than me in any way due to what she has or how she looks like, because that doesn't matter. I just don't believe that there is such thing as someone being better than the other person. We're all on different journeys in our lives. We are all meant to be different in our own way. So there's no way to measure two people and see who's better. I don't believe in being better than someone else, someone being better than me. I've just never believed in that personally. For people who do, no one's better than you just because they have more money than you, because they look better than you, because they're skinnier than you, thicker than you. That doesn't make them better than you. That is all looks. Looks don't really matter. And I know in society people treat you better based off of the way that you look. It really just doesn't add any value to a person. Also, another way to look at it is when you look at someone, do you judge them? Do you critique every little thing about them? Do you name 10 things that you hate about them or hate about how they look? You don't, right? So, if you're not willing to look at someone else and judge them and be so hard on them, why are you being so hard on yourself? Another thing is, if this comes to insecurity or feeling like you always have to look good, you just have to think that a lot of people don't really pay attention to you as much as you think. People are so focused on the way that they look and how they're presenting themselves that they don't even have the time to really notice you that much unless like they like you, or but the majority of people don't pay that much attention to you than you really think because they're so focused on themselves. Another way to build yourself up is affirmations. I am a firm believer of affirmations. So tell yourself, I love myself. I am perfect the way that I am. Just whatever you want to feel, make an affirmation for it and just say it to yourself every day until you believe it. You can rewire your brain to feel any type of way, honestly. So, however you want to feel about yourself, just say it to yourself over and over and over every single day until you believe it. Boundaries. Learn to say no. Spend time with yourself. Self boundaries is very important. Learn to say no. If somebody else gets mad because you have a certain boundary, then they shouldn't be around you in the first place, because why are they mad because you're vocalizing what you're not comfortable with? And spending time by yourself. Things that will build confidence, like journaling, working out, building new skills, whatever that looks like for you. Honestly, me, I love to be alone. I love to spend time with myself. I don't have many friends. I don't have many people that I hang around with. I love my own company. I enjoy my own company. I feel free. I feel at peace. I feel the best when I'm alone. If you have a lot of friends, it might really benefit you to take some time to yourself, because I know people that do have a lot of friends and have a active social life. You can use that to distract yourself from what's really going on, which is good. If you're having a bad time, you're going through stuff, but it's really important to also take that time to get to know yourself and build yourself up too. The reason why I put so much importance into building yourself up is because nobody can take that from you. The self worth that you have for yourself, the self love, the self confidence, that is something that nobody could take away from you. If somebody else builds you up and they make you feel pretty, they make you feel like you're worth it, they make you feel loved, they make you love yourself, the moment that they're gone and you lose that person, they will take that with you. Coming from experience, don't let somebody save you, save yourself first. It's good to get to a place where you don't need anybody. What I'm trying to say is the most important person in your life should always be yourself. You should always be number one, because you're stuck with yourself all the time. You're always with yourself. You should just always be the most important person and top priority, especially if you're young. You should always be the top priority and you should always choose you, and you should really get to a place where you will always put you first. You will always put your future, your goals first. You have to love yourself enough to walk away if somebody is crossing your boundary or disrespects you, because that is a very, very good place to be. And it is a lot more peaceful when you love yourself and you have your own sense of value rather than someone else, because the way that they act will drive you crazy. It's draining, it's not fun. It's so much better when you just take the time to build yourself up. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. When it comes to growth and improvement, it is never easy, but it's worth it in the end. It's always worth it in the end, because when you put effort into something, you get results. Pour into yourself. Have you ever put in a lot of effort into a relationship, into someone that didn't even care as much as you thought they did? If you're willing to put that much effort into something else or someone else, why not put that much effort into yourself? Always put the most effort when it comes to your future, yourself, your improvement. Do not take that as a joke. Always stay consistent. Always put the most effort when it comes to something like that, because that is the most important thing. That is the journey of life. There is so much power in loving yourself and being your own best friend. It will make life a lot better, a lot easier, being able to do a lot of things on your own, being independent. That is something that is very important to me right now, being independent. You don't need to be chosen. You don't need someone to see your value. People see what they want to see. If they don't see your value, if they don't see your hard work, if they don't see your dedication, if they don't see anything that you're doing, it really doesn't matter. You're your own person. You could do anything that you want to do. You could become whatever you want to become. When you get to a point where you could just take a step back and you start living for yourself, that's when life will get 10 times better for you, because living for other people is the most draining thing ever. For me, when I'm around a lot of people, it's just so draining, because I'm at a level where I can see when people are projecting their insecurities on me, issues, and I could sense it. I By the way that they're acting, I could tell what issues that they have, what unresolved feelings they have, and I just feel like they project it onto me, and I'm not going to shrink myself to fit into any box for anybody. Do not shrink yourself to fit into any box for anybody. That is not love. That is not true friendship. You should never have to change yourself just to fit into whatever category they want you to be. If you get anything from this video, invest in yourself, because that is the best investment that you can make. The best investment you could ever make in life is yourself. Invest in yourself. It will show, results will show, results will come. Take the time and take the effort to invest in yourself. And that is the hardest thing to do, to invest in yourself. It's easier to invest in other people. It's worth it to invest in yourself. It is 10 times more worth it, because you will get the best results. You will have the best life, best mindset when you invest in yourself. That is the most important investment to make, is in yourself. I've spent so many years trying to make other people happy, doing what other people wanted me to do just so they could be happy. Most people aren't even happy with themselves. So it is so hard and draining to make other people happy. So stop wasting your time trying to make other people happy and fill up their cup and fill up your own. Make yourself happy, because that is the happiness that really matters. Make yourself happy and build yourself up before you build anybody else up. Make anybody else happy, because they will take that happiness and run away. Run with it. But yeah, guys, that's all I have today. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great week, guys. Bye.